She looked at me with that familiar smirk and said, "Time with the girls is more important than marriage. That piece of paper doesn't mean a thing." I didn't argue. I just nodded and left the room. That night, I packed my things in silence. No yelling. No questions. Just quiet resolve. The next day, she came home to find empty drawers and a single note resting where my clothes used to be. It simply said, "Start." I remembered the way she laughed when she said it, like it was a joke I didn't understand. The wine glass in her hand caught the light just right, glowing deep red against the white marble of our kitchen counter. She didn't look at me when she spoke. She didn't need to. That was the message. That was the moment I decided to disappear. For years I stayed. Through her shifting moods. Through her ever-changing goals that always left me somewhere in the background. Through the small, cutting jokes she told at my expense. I convinced myself that love was about staying, about patching holes, surviving storms, being resilient. But not all storms are meant to be survived. Some are warnings. Some are lessons in disguise, showing you who's willing to let you go under while they stay dry. We were happy once, I think, or maybe I just wanted it badly enough to call it happiness. We used to wake early and make coffee together. She'd steal my shirts and wear them around the house. I'd pretend not to notice. She used to look at me like I was the center of her world. Maybe I was, until something more exciting came along. At first, it was harmless. Late nights with friends. Dinners. Drinks. Movies. Just a few hours with the girls. But the stories grew thinner. The excuses repeated themselves. I never called her out. I just watched as the distance grew between us. Then came the silence. Her phone started living face down on the table. Her eyes stopped meeting mine. I didn't need proof to know the truth, but eventually, I found it anyway. She came home one night smelling like a different perfume, laughter clinging to her skin. Laughter I hadn't heard in months. I asked how her night was. She gave me a tired smile, not quite present, and said, "You wouldn't get it." She was right. I didn't. Not yet. But I would. I didn't shout. I didn't smash things. I planned. While she slept, I copied her passwords. Quietly tracked her expenses. Followed the digital trail she thought was hidden. Hotel stays. Lavish meals. Rides to unfamiliar places. One name came up more often than coincidence allowed: Zara. Her best friend. Her cover. Her partner in lies. This wasn't just betrayal. It was teamwork. Still, I kept calm. I became methodical. Over the next 2 months, I built my escape one step at a time. Every asset slowly moved. Every account altered. Each detail rewritten under my own name. She never noticed. Why would she? I played my part well, dutiful, dependable, soft. Exactly what she expected me to be. While she was out for her so-called girls' nights, I emptied our savings bit by bit. While she messaged, "Be home late," I was signing a lease on a small, quiet place across the city. Already furnished. Already waiting. While she lied, I smiled. I learned how to match her silence with my own. The night before I left, she came home around 2 a.m. I sat on the couch, watching her stumble through the door. Makeup smudged. Hair messy. Keys dropping from her fingers like she barely remembered where they went. She didn't see the packed suitcase hidden behind the curtain. She didn't see the letter already written, waiting in the drawer she always kept locked. When she finally fell into bed, I stood in the doorway of the room where we once dreamed aloud. I looked at her sleeping face and felt nothing. No bitterness. No heartbreak. Just clarity. Love doesn't always explode. Sometimes it just runs out, like the final breath of a candle before it dies. At sunrise, I brewed coffee one last time. Mine black. Hers, with 2 sugars. She didn't wake up to drink it. By noon, I was gone. The apartment was spotless. My side of the closet bare. Only one thing remained, a single note tucked inside the drawer where she kept her jewelry and secrets. It read, "By the time you see this, I'll be long gone. Maybe your friends can help cover the bills now." I didn't expect her to call, but she did. Dozens of times. At first, furious. How could you? Then, anxious. "Where are you?" then pleading. Please, let's talk. I didn't pick up. I wanted her to feel what I felt, to experience what it's like when something safe disappears without a sound. I sent messages to her friends that morning. Screenshots. Conversations. The things she said about them when they weren't around. The kind of betrayal that doesn't just hurt, it breaks. By the time she reached for them, they were already gone too. Days passed. The messages slowed, then stopped. And I finally breathed again. There's peace in knowing you've closed the door that only ever led to pain. I never wanted to destroy her. I just wanted her to understand. To sit in the stillness she created. To finally hear it echo back. I didn't take everything. I left her enough to manage. But I took the one thing she gave away too freely, my self-worth. Weeks later, she sent one last message. Was any of it real? I typed, maybe, until it wasn't. Then I blocked her. Now, on certain nights, I sit on my new balcony, coffee in hand, staring out at the city lights. They flicker like dying stars, quiet and distant. Freedom doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes, it just whispers softly. You did the right thing.